Hello everybody, it's Scott Hansen again from the riffle.blogspot.com. I'm here to do another tying tutorial. This is for one of my fly focus blog posts. This is a fly that I call the bitty black bug, otherwise known as the B3 or even the Bubba, which is kind of an homage to my son. This is the smallest nymph that I ever fish. This is a size 18. It's kind of a generic nymph. It kind of looks like a mayfly nymph. Could be used for midge larva or any other small nymph. It's just dark, kind of generic, and I've had some good luck with it. So here's I'll take the finished product out of the vise here, and I will load up a new hook. This has already got a glass bead on it, as you might have noticed in the finished fly. This nymph has a glass bead, and this is a size 18 Daiichi 1560 hook, which is a 1 extra long nymph hook. You can use any 1 extra long nymph hook you want to. For the bead, I went to Joann Fabric or Michaels or Hobby Lobby or somewhere, I can't remember, and got a vial of glass seed beads. These are just clear glass seed beads, size 11/0. I've got several lifetimes worth here in this one vial. I think this cost, I don't know, $2 or $3, something like that. 11/0 is a pretty good size for a size 18 hook. Some of them are a little big. They might slide over the eye of the hook every once in a while, so I have some smaller mid-sized glass beads that I got at an actual fly shop. I also a bag of those, you get several hundred of them, I would say, so they're a good deal as well. They're a little smaller in case you wanted to go a little smaller. This 11/0 size glass bead I think is pretty good for this size hook. I'm going to start my black thread. I'm just using black unithread here, size 8/0. Let's just start that behind the bead and just make a nice layer of thread here covering up the hook shank, and then bring it back to right behind the bead. For the tail on this bitty black bug, I just have a small black saddle hackle here that I am going to just strip off some fibers from. Just the webbier the better, I would say, as far as feathers go. Just stripped off a nice little clump of feather fibers there. I want these to be half the length of the hook shank, or 2/3 the length of the hook shank at most. Just going to put those into position, tie them in right behind the bead, and then hold on to those as I work my way back to the bend here. That looks about right. I'll come back in here and trim off these butt ends here that are clumping up behind the bead. We don't need those. Just cover those up with the thread. Okay, so I got a nice little tail there. The abdomen on this fly is just black wire. This is brassy sized copper wire that's been dyed black. I'm just going to try to tie that in on one side of the hook or the other, and keep that, that came out, keep that on the side of the hook as I tie it in. If it stays on the side of the hook, that makes a nice wide body, which is the way I like my nymphs to look. Bring my thread back up here to right behind the bead. and just let that hang. Bring my wire straight up and over and around. Put my first wrap right in front of that tail. Now I want this wire to be nice and tightly wound here as I work my way up, so I want each wrap to be right in front of the previous wrap so that there's no space in between them if I can help it. And I'm going to go all the way up to the bead without any lead or anything on the hook. I like to bring the wire all the way up to the bead so that it's kind of evenly weighted throughout the fly. And I'll just tie that off with a few wraps of thread. We'll wiggle that wire off right behind the bead there if I can. I always like to wiggle my wire off so that I save my scissors from getting dulled by the wire. And I'll just do a couple more wraps there. Thorax on this fly is some peacock colored ice dub, and I don't need much since this is such a small fly. Just take a little clump like that, wet my fingers a little bit. You can use wax if you want to on your thread. Just have a nice little, maybe an inch or so of dubbing on my thread. Do a nice few wraps there right behind the bead just to kind of build up that thorax a little bit. And our bitty black bug is done. I'm just going to tie this off right behind the bead. I used to put a wing case on this fly, just the same black hackle fibers as I use for the tail. And just thought that that was kind of superfluous for such a small fly, unneeded, unnecessary, so I have omitted that. Just put the thorax on there and it's all done. This is the best small nymph I've ever tied. Had some good luck with it, and I think you will as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.